was that the way we shall be living? I mean, that was the perfect way, or we are finding something else which is yet to find actually.
First of all, the Almighty has not made you. The Almighty loves you too much to make you. And all that the Almighty can love is Himself. Almighty has not made you. Almighty has appeared in your form. You are the Almighty. You are not the Almighty's creation. You are the Almighty. Now, does that end the question here itself? When you are the Almighty, when you are the total really, do you have any obligation to search for anything outside of yourself?
What are we running for? I mean, what are we
You
teaching
answer
our next
that.
generation?
You answer that.
Yet to find.
Actually, you have answered that. You are not asking a question. You are wondering about the absurdity of all this running. You just realize that it is absurd. Totally unnecessary.
Was an ancient man happy enough to go and pray for food and then come back and sleep in the cave?
You see, ancient man had his own turmoils, but they pertained to his body, his physical fears, his insecurity. They were not cultivated sufferings. We have retained most of what the ancient man suffered for, and we have added to that list. So if the ancient man had 10 challenges, we have successfully retained 8 of them, and we have added 100 more. The ancient man was afraid that the other one would come and eat the fruit that he has hidden beneath some stone. You too are afraid that the taxman will come and raid your vaults. Is there really a difference between these two things? The ancient man plucked some fruit from somewhere, ate half of it, and kept the rest under some stone. And now he is worried. That one will come and take it away. How are we different? We have retained most of that. A few things we have gotten rid of. Probably he would shiver when there was thunder and lightning in the sky. We do not shiver. We know what it is. Science has given us that knowledge. So that's why I am fairly striking off 2 from the list. 8 out of 10. Science has taken care of 2. But the remaining 8 are still there. And then we have added 80 more, 100 more. What are those 100 more? My car must be bigger than your car.
My mobile must be bigger than your mobile.
My mobile must be bigger than your mobile. All the things that I have of pleasure must be bigger than your instruments of pleasure. Do not take away my woman. Find a wonderful purpose in life. At least that's not something that bugged the ancient man. He was not worrying about a purpose. All he was worrying about was the juicy mango there. That was his only purpose. How do I get this? And competing against him would be some orangutan. Both of them wanted the same mango. Here you are competing against the whole world. Man has emerged out from the jungle, but the jungle has not gone out of the man. You can look at people and elephants and all kinds of stuff. The ancient man needed salvation. But he took a wrong turn. He used his mind to reach salvation. The result is that not only did he retain his existing miseries, but he actually compounded them. The ancient man had two problems, body and ignorance. Body demanded survival and security, and ignorance led to fear. The modern man still has body as the problem, but he has replaced ignorance with knowledge, and knowledge is a bigger problem. So the attempt to get rid of the problems that the ancient man faced has resulted in bigger problems. It has resulted in bigger problems because the mind can never be the problem solver. If you use the mind to come up with anything, be it an invention or a religion, the attempt to get peace will fail. Neither man-made inventions nor man-made religions can bring you to peace. The answer lies in simple stillness. The answer lies in innocent faith.
And the proof of this is that as the solution that we perceive now is finding another planet.
Yes, of course. You see, we have so much trust in our knowledge, but what does all this knowledge amount to? Yesterday night, I was cycling back from one of the stalls. It was past midnight, well past midnight. And this sector 63 is full of dogs. And the dogs really come to life in the night. Their dogness arises as the night deepens. So I come across a pack of them talking to each other, very serious about their business. And you just look at them and their body language, it was apparent that something really serious was going on. And there were different meetings happening in the different by-lanes, the crossings, in the shacks. And it is all happening in an industrial sector. Now you see, there are these dogs and they are so immersed in transacting their important business and they know nothing of the great and sophisticated technology that is inside these buildings, these offices, these factories. You get these. Look at the picture. Great inventions of man's mind. Great factories, great buildings, machines, systems, technologies, all are there. And the dogs are there in their own world, completely oblivious of what is really around them. The dogs are in their own world fighting over a piece of garbage. And I repeat, there are just too many dogs in Sector 63. The dogs are busy with their own little piece of garbage, of bone, of bread, not worrying about the immensity that surrounds them. The immensity that surrounds them is just machines and these things, but it is still something that their consciousness can make no sense of. The dog's consciousness can make no sense of a modern sophisticated machine, right? The dog thinks that all that is important is that piece of garbage. Now look at everybody who is in sector 63. He is busy with his own little piece of garbage. I am talking of humans now. We all are busy with our own little piece of garbage, just as the dogs really do not know what is in the buildings. Do we know what is there in the mountains? Do really we know what is there in this whole expanse of the universe? To the dogs, their own purposes are all important, are they not? The dog in the moment of fight, the dog in the moment of chase, run, and covetousness, holds his own intentions and purposes as supremely important. He is prepared to give his life for it. Is he not? And dogs too have some system of families. There would be a dog, there would be a bitch, and there would be 2 little pups, at least for some time. And for the dog, that is so very important. The dog does not know that something so much beyond himself is so close to him. The best car, the most sophisticated car would be standing, and the dog would have no appreciation for it. The dog would just go and pee on its tires. Is that not so? Now look at all of us in sector 63. Do we know what the moon is? The dog does not know what the building is. Do we know what the moon is? The dog does not know what that sophisticated car or computer is. Do we know what this breeze is? Do we really understand the universe? Do we? Dogs live in a self-proclaimed, arrogant self-importance. Don't we too live in that? The dogs think they already know. Don't they think so? Does any dog ever wonder what are these big creatures of iron rushing around on these roads? Do you think a dog ever wonders what drives a modern vehicle? Does he ever wonder? It's all happening in front of him, but the dog is busy with his piece of bone. Now so much is happening in front of us. There is a meteor, there is a shooting star. The moon is waxing, waning. People are arriving, people are falling. There are these trees. There is a soil. Do we ever wonder what sophisticated piece of creativity it is? Do we? A dog has no wonderment for the most sophisticated car. Do we have any wonderment for the soil or the stars? The relationship that the dog has with the buildings, is that not the same as the relationship that we have with the universe? The buildings are there. The dog is in the middle of those buildings without understanding them. The universe is there. We are in the middle of this universe without understanding it. So who are the dogs in sector 63? Who are the dogs in sector 63? We are dogs because we think that we know. That mystic moment when you are overwhelmed with something that is just too much for you does not occur to the dog. It does not occur to us either. How do you know that all the stories that you heard in your childhood were just fairy tales? Why is it not possible that the mountains, the Himalayas, are giant offices where the fate of mankind is being decided? Why is it not possible that the moon is in fact a little vehicle sitting on which a sweet fairy is watching us from above? Why is it not possible? Why do we know so much? Why do we have such trust on our knowledge?
I think that is what Maya is.
Yeah, to be self-contained, to live in your own universe. And a dog's universe is just a dog's universe. A man's universe is just a man's universe. Both take it for real. To the dog, nothing is real except that which is dog-like, which belongs to the dog's universe. Look at the world from a dog's eyes. What will you see? You will see other dogs, other bitches, clamor for space, lots of smells around, food, waste, territorial occupation, places to hide, places to dig. This is what a dog's universe comprises of.
In fact, for him, the car is a scary thing and a threat. That's why it barks at.
And then look at man's universe. It is not the universe, it is man's universe. Whenever you say the universe, please get down from your arrogant positions. We know nothing of the universe. We only look at the universe as we are. A dog looks at the universe as he is. Once you start seeing the limitation of your self-appointed knowledgeability, it becomes easier for you to let change happen. You know why you are so resistant to change? Because you are convinced that what you know is right. Once you start seeing the great limitations of what you know, your resistance drops. You say, I already do not know. So what is the point in resisting change this way or that way? Neither do I know anything about this way, nor do I know anything about that way. As long as you have this arrogant belief in your knowledge, you will not be able to drop your resistance, drop your doership.